Welcome back to the channel, fool. Thank you guys for tapping in. So don't forget to share, like, and subscribe if you like videos like this.
Ma, you see this?
What the hell is that?
What is happening? You guys see this?
And who got rebooted in New Jersey?
So I just saw this video posted from Iran where they are shooting an anti-aircraft. They're shooting anti-aircraft artillery at one of these orbs that we've been seeing. I've been getting a lot of messages in my inbox about how people from other countries aren't seeing this phenomenon happening. And I just found two other videos. One's from Germany, one's from Poland. One where these drones that we're seeing that are now being said are man-made is interacting with the orbs. I'm gonna go ahead and post that after this. But yeah, they're shooting multiple rounds at this thing. It's not moving, it's going straight through it. And it reminds me of the Battle of Los Angeles. If you guys are familiar, it's basically the exact same scene. A UFO shows up, they shoot anti-aircraft artillery at it, and nothing happens. And then eventually it just disappears. I found this one really interesting, so I thought I'd show you guys.
You asking for trouble? Don't poke the orb. That virus is real and it's called Dina Dinga, and it will make you dance like there is no tomorrow.
I would go get some gas. Boy, these niggas cutting up out here. Man, I done pulled up on some Walking Dead. Look at him. What he doing? Nate Robinson. Giving praise to God. GD. Spell it out for him, folks. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on that game.
And I thought it was limited to one per gas station.
Even the whole Mike Rubin thing.
I was just gonna say.
Like,
I was just about to say.
bruh, I don't play with period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm no funny weird. You feel me? I'm dapping Kuzman up. And Mike's happy to see me. He run up on me.
Right.
I got 10 other pictures. We down there. We start down there. Bam, I'm telling him, I got slam your neck. I break your neck. But we play like that. They white, so they don't really understand how I understand. Like, even when the picture came out before it went viral, I told them, like, Mike, I can't have pictures like that.
Right.
Even though me and you playing, bro, it's 100 people at the party. We in the middle of 100 people. There's nothing weird we could be doing in a party.
Right.
With all these people watching us.
Right.
But I know how small people's brains is, and then I already be knowing how much of people want to say something bad to me. Bro, I literally, when that picture came out, I literally made Mike Rubin go to his security camera in his house, go to the footage and get the whole time. And I just never, like, I ain't even gonna post it on the internet.
Right.
I'm just,
Right.
you feel me? Like, yeah, I ain't even trying to make it into this and make it into that. Like, man, just keep on going, because that's kind of like how I be doing. Like, all that time, that really bothered me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like how you saying, like, how I grew up, like,
Right.
certain can't be on your name, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I can't even stoop that level
Right.
to be on
I
them.
mean, also, I think a lot of people don't know you and Michael Rubin's relationship. Like, people know y'all have a relationship.
Yeah, they won't never know that.
And Lil Yachty, not believing a thing he's saying.
Okay, so let me get this straight. 2 astronauts, right? Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore went out for a space mission, an 8-day space mission, back in June. They get trapped out in space on accident. Wasn't planned. But they just posted a picture today wearing Christmas hats. Lock in, okay? Let me explain this to you. They went out for an 8-day mission back in June. 8 days back in June. Today, since they're still trapped out there, they sent us a picture to be like, hey, we're doing all right. Why do you have Christmas hats on? Where did you get them from? Where did you get the Christmas hats from? Listen, I'm not a conspiracy theory. I'd rather just have the answer. But two things don't add up to me. If the mission was only 8 days back in June, There's no reason for them to have Christmas hats in December. How would they have Christmas hats? The mission was supposed to be 8 days in June. You were supposed to be back before Christmas. There's no reason for you to have Christmas hats. Now, also, if you're telling me they're sending them supplies, why would you send them Christmas hats? They're trapped out in space. They want to come home. And you're sending Christmas hats? Something ain't adding up. I don't know exactly what it is, but something not adding up. Something not adding up. I don't know what y'all doing. Something not making no sense.
So how did two of the biggest names in music even meet?
We met a long time ago. Award shows, a lot of different performances.
You know how people, you see each other and you respect each other's music. You know, there's always that conversation, yo, we got to do something.
Shh. When you know, you know. I will call the fire department to let them know there is about to be a fire.
This whole CIA document is just absolutely wild. There was this remote viewer. His task was to look up where the Galactic Federation headquarters is at. And he talks about the surroundings. It's on our world. There's these huge mountains, and then there's a giant lake. The guy says it seems a lot like Lake Titicaca in Peru. Okay. He entered this chamber, and in the middle of this room was this altar. And all of a sudden, from above, there was this white light, and there was a group of entities in white robes. He said it seemed very spiritual. He didn't know how to describe it. In 2000, Italian archaeologists discovered at the bottom of Lake Titicaca was this ancient temple that really matched up with the CIA document. It's also the highest lake in the world.
There's significance to that. The Bible talks about how God was jealous for the attention of his people, or even just defending his own glory. So if there was this fallen angel civilization high in the mountains and like we're above destruction, for like God to flood it and be like, you're not beyond my reach.
Oh gosh.
So interesting.
Does God get jealous? I don't know about that.
An alert from police. Someone is taking $1 bills and turning them into $100 bills. Authorities say it's happened about a dozen times in the past month.
Ramos marked the bill with the counterfeit pen. Yellow means real currency, so she was confused.
I lifted it up one more time, and that's when I noticed the faded $1 marking, and I told her, I was like, this is a counterfeit bill. It's not $100, and I'm not able to give it back to you. I will have to report it to the HPD.
The woman gave Ramos another $100 bill, saying the money was from her payroll, but Ramos saw that it was fake too. Ramos says she also noticed faint letters on the fake $100 bill, which the $1 and $2 bill are still printed with today. And the $100 bill has been using this kind of seal since 1996. The woman asked for the money back, but Ramos said no and called police. Hawaii Island police say they've had a dozen similar cases in the last month or two.
I guess this is what happens when you ask Hope a question.
We wanted to ask some questions about some of the products. Is that okay?
No.
Okay. No?
No.
Oh, we can't ask questions?
No.
Because on your website it says that transparency is really important.
It is
to the
really
company.
important. What are
It's
your
one of the values.
questions?
This is a quick image that says enhanced outdoor access.
Yeah.
And this is a picture of what it actually looks like.
I'm going to ask you to leave. We're done.
So you're going to call the cops? You want to throw me in jail?
Yeah.
For asking questions?
Being very disruptive to everyone who's in here right now.
Endangering the planet is also disrupting our lives.
They want you charged with put your hands behind your back and your legs, fingers. I'm going to jail.
Thank you very much.
Going to jail for asking questions. Crazy.
Meu Deus. Gente do céu.
And that's how you lose your job.
They're the woods that scare out of people. Do you see how dark it is in there? It is 8 in the morning. That's insane. Look. Creepy.
Looks like a video game, but remember, you got only one life.
Hey, buddy, watch out. Who is it? Go that way. Just keep going backwards. Just keep backing up. Because there's a giant moray eel right in front of you. Do you see him? Like giant. Oh, he was...
What's the most dangerous animal in the Amazon, would you say? Mammal. Let's go with mammal.
I'm going to disappoint everybody with this, but it's humans. One of the guys we work with on our team, Victor, he's coming downriver and he had a load of mahogany wood. And he sent 2 people, husband and wife, ahead to go start cooking breakfast on the beach. They go ahead, reach the beach, they get out, he starts cutting some cane to start making a fire. Tribe comes out, no warning, they just start screaming, they start shooting arrows. The man instantly gets an arrow through the leg and it pins his leg so he can't run. He tells his wife, go, save yourself, and she does. She jumps in the water, there's arrows falling around her too. And as she's floating down the river, she looks back and the last thing she sees is these guys getting to her husband and beginning to rip him apart. As Victor comes down the river and sees his friend opened up, his parts are all over the beach is red, and they only found out what happened because they found her later on holding onto a stick in the river, and they were like, what happened? And she was like, they just attacked. They don't want people on their land. You don't mess with these tribes.
Don't always assume that natives are living in peace.
God, microwave at this mailbox, bro.
This is dope. It holds packages and keep them dry.
Me and my wife went to this restaurant. There was just a weird vibe in there.
Was it called the Yellow Deli?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the 12 tribes. It was originally a group started by a guy by the name of Gene Spriggs in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And they believe that they are the chosen new Israel and their leader is the prophet. Well, Gene Spriggs died rich, but his people would flip real estate for him. And this would be the way that Gene Spriggs made money because these people would work for basically nothing but room and board. Whenever you go to a Yellow Deli, whenever you have one of their mates, you are contributing to the 12 tribes cult.
Is that worth a shot? Let me know in the comments.
Okay, guys, this cannot be a coincidence. 2 people walking backwards on the same day, different parts of town. First video is the one that I took. The second part of the video is the one my sister took.
Are NPCs malfunctioning?
Oh! What the hell? I will never get him one of
Would you hop in one of those? How to stay chill with attitude.
So if your houseplants are capable of sensing telepathic communication and participating in telepathic communication, it's been shown that if you have houseplants that have been in your life for even a few months, if you put EEGs on those and then you send the person who takes care of those out of the house, send them some distance away, the moment they come within 2,000 meters or 2 kilometers from the home, the plants all perk up. They can feel the person coming from 2 kilometers away. And so if plants are that sentient, that they are that connected, even in a pot in your house, totally disconnected seemingly from nature, if that thing is feeling 2 kilometers of space and then waiting for the excitement of being like, the person who loves me, the person who planted me is coming back. How phenomenal.
And we all connected, guys.
I swear to God, I saw somebody in the car. I swear to God, I saw somebody in the car. This is some spooky right here. I'm gonna call this in the sheriff's department.
I saw a hand or something.
Bro, Sam, on my life, right, I have Aragog sitting in that hole. Look, he's
Got spooked.
Hey, y'all, this new Huawei technology is absolutely out of this world. You can take files like photos from one phone, grab it, and move it over with just your hand. And that's not it, just wait. You can also pass the file to someone else's hand and they can put it in the new device. And look at this right here. You can pass it to multiple different people and still receive the message. Is the data being downloaded in their bodies? And this part right here, I don't know if I fully believe. Because she passes this message through multiple floors of a building. Through different people's hands, bro. Look how they keep dapping up each other. That's them transferring the data. Is Huawei using the people's body to store it? I need to know. How the hell is this working? Arthur C. Clarke wasn't lying when he said that technology will be indistinguishable from magic.
Okay, guys, cap or not?
Bro, I swear to God, I'm not tripping. This pigeon has a Santa Claus hat on. That is crazy.
The government is festive this year.
At a local bakery, a couple of kids are waiting patiently to get some candy from the shop's baker. It's Halloween, and the bakery is giving out treats to those who stop by. Although everyone in this video is getting some candy, one kid in particular isn't. He stands a few feet away from the group while seemingly observing them. It could be that he's shy and therefore hesitant to step forward. Or, as many comments have noted, it may be that he's seeing something. Now you might miss it, but at the start of the video, the small boy says something out loud, like, "Look it," as if noticing something in front of him. He even points at whatever it is that he's seeing. For some reason, the boy suddenly stops in his tracks as if something was blocking his path. He stands in place while staring at something unseen, but then his head quickly tilts up in the same way that someone would after being hit or pushed to the ground.
Freeze! Freeze! No! Oh God, oh God, oh God.
We're living in a simulation, guys.
Okay, here's the deal. I give you this piece of fish. You sing me a song. I'm just kidding. Oh. There's the song. Woo! Okay. That was a really good song. Thank you.
He's singing, give me more treats.
He has satellites and everything.
And now we can see both sides. Doji strings are wild. And that was another GTA episode.
What the was that? I'm scared.
And life is so sci-fi right now.
I listen to a lot of things. First, I want to connect some dots here because they are connected, okay? When Donald Trump was on the Joe Rogan podcast, they had a conversation about aliens. Not the ones Trump wants to deport, okay? The ones from other planets. Let's listen.
There's a lot of interest in it.
One of the things that
There's a lot of interest in the people coming from space, you know.
Yes.
And I know you're interested in that.
Oh, very interested in that. How much did they tell you about that?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd they tell you?
Well, it's never been my thing, I have to be honest. I interviewed jet pilots that say they saw something. And they said, we saw things, sir, that were very strange. Like a round ball, but it wasn't a comet or a meteor. It was something. And it was going 4 times faster than an F-22, which is a very fast plane, you know.
That's dot one. But there's a man named Cliff High. You should Google Cliff High. He is a researcher known for developing a technique called predictive linguistics, which involves analyzing internet data to predict future events. And based off that conversation with President Trump and Joe Rogan, he predicted a future event. Let's listen.
But what we do have some justification for suggesting is that there will be 39 days between the temporal marker of the Trump interview and the appearance of this visible contention. It's the visible contention, space aliens. Okay, so like, sort of very complex kind of Independence Day kind of shit, right? Nobody will know who the hell is doing what with whom. Now, so anyway, now we have a strange thing where there's swarms of 20-foot drones flying around military bases. So unknown. Nobody knows who owns these drones, who's controlling them. At least they're not telling us guys.
Now, my whole life, 1 + 1 had to equal 2. But then I heard Terrence Howard on Joe Rogan, and regardless of what he thinks about math, 1 + 1 still equals 2. Trump and Rogan had this conversation. Cliff High, who previously predicted the 2004 Indonesian tsunami, stated that an alien invasion will be triggered 39 days after Trump's appearance on Joe Rogan. Trump's interview took place on October 25th, 2004, marking the start of the countdown. We first started seeing these SUV-sized drones on December 3rd. Either we are in the midst of one of the greatest social experiments of all time, one of the greatest pranks of all time, or we being invaded by aliens. Okay, according to Cliff High, the alien invasion will involve air battles between UFOs and military forces, with UFOs even engaging in combat among themselves. Listen, I don't know what's happening. I just know that White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby is telling us these SUV-sized drones are manned aircraft. It's not one, it's not two, it's not several, it's a lot of them. One of my peoples in Jersey sent me a video last night of 8 of them over her neighborhood. If this is manned aircraft, then whose mans is this? Okay, who are these men? Are they little and green? And why are we okay with what's happening? Kirby, your statement didn't answer any questions. For me, it raised even more because I'm a common sense purist. This is what happens when they keep us looking down at our phones. We are slaves to the lies that our smartphones tell us, and it causes us to ignore the realities all around us. You can call people like Cliff High crazy. You can call them a conspiracy theorist, but I don't see it being a coincidence that he predicted an alien invasion would happen 39 days after Trump's appearance on Joe Rogan, when they was on there talking about aliens, and then all of a sudden, flying SUVs are all over New Jersey. Why are they just flying over our residential areas? What if they crash into our houses? What's the mission? Is this even lawful? Why wasn't the public informed about these operations ahead of time? Look, man, American government, it's okay to be honest with the American people. Just admit either you don't know what's going on up there, or you do, and it's not something you want us to know about. Because all Black Twitter gonna do is make jokes anyway. Okay, the American people are not going to care unless you tell us it's the Kardashians and Taylor Swift up there driving one of those SUV-sized drones. Look, we can avoid reality, but you cannot avoid the consequences of avoiding reality. I don't know what reality currently is, and I don't know what the consequences of avoiding it will be. But I just want us to be aware of what our current reality truly is. Please give White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby the biggest hee-haw.
And should we stop paying our bills till we get to the bottom of this? And he wasn't playing around.
Wow, hold on. That was like unfocused as fuck. That goes into the clouds.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, it was. It looked like it went like through a portal or something.
Right next to the moon. Yeah, it's rolling. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Beans, promise beans. Beans, boss.
New Jersey, again.
Should we believe him because he's wearing a uniform?
Video. I will be speaking about the drones. All right, as you know, I'm in the Army, the military, whatever you gonna call it. Look, we are launching the drones up in the sky as of right now in New Jersey and stuff, in Texas, everywhere. Like, y'all don't gotta be afraid. Them are man-made drones, and we're doing the launching or whatever. Now, what you do have to be concerned of, my bad, my eye, but it's the orbs that's inside the sky that y'all see that's glowing and stuff, that's shooting down the drones and all that. That's not a part of us. Them are actually real life aliens. Like, aliens do exist. They're above and they're below us. Yes, they do exist. And 2025 there will be a lot more of exposing the truth. I can't say the reason why, but because it's already out here, so I can speak on this. Aliens are real, and we will have to evacuate sooner than later. But just be careful. Keep looking up in the sky at night. They only come at night. They will only come at night. I don't know the reason. I just know it's been investigated. Aliens are real, and we're trying to figure out why they're here visiting us right now. It's a lot going on within the United States. It's a lot of everything, but they're real. Be careful. Watch out. I don't know what to tell you or like where to go. But look, you just gotta you gotta be prepared. Like, I don't know Because right now, it's only like really calculating like the United States though. Like, probably go to an island or some shit. Look, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't know where you're gonna go. I don't know if you're gonna survive. But hey, it is what it is. It's 2024. It's the end times. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Shit. We all gonna, you feel me? I can't say the word, but you feel me? We all gonna, you feel me? It is what it is, man. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, let me stop cussing on him. It's serious, man. Like, this, like, situation is very serious. And, like, I try not to think on it, and I really didn't even want to speak about it. But we all should just pray and keep praying to God or whoever you believe in, and just have faith. That's all I can say.
Okay, evacuate. To where?
Barely over a month between the temporal marker and the visible contention that will appear in the skies that from the descriptors we had back in 2009 will go to the idea of UFO versus UFO and UFO versus jets. Okay, so like sort of very complex kind of Independence Day kind of, right? Nobody will know who the hell is doing what with whom. Now, okay, so you think that's unlikely and so on, as do I. All this shit's always unlikely until it happens. You know, possible, not probable, right? So anyway, now we have a strange thing where there's swarms of 20-foot drones flying around military bases. So unknown. Nobody knows who owns these drones, who's controlling them. At least they're not telling us guys. I would suspect that the military would be freaking out if they can't see the signals that are directing those drones, and those drones are a kvass weapon, where one of the, okay, so yeah, I won't describe it, but basically you set off a group of drones that don't report back to headquarters until they're all done.
And I think by now we all mentally prepared.
That half moon thingy right there, I thought it was just the light, but it's not moving, which means it's stationary. It's not moving with the camera, so it's not a light thing. Look at that. It looks like a planet with like an eclipse going on or something. What did I just watch? What did I just watch? Like, I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but what the hell is that? Like, it's not in the camera lens. Look, it's not moving. It's just below the sun. Honestly, with everything going on nowadays, if someone told me a new planet's here and there's aliens coming off of it and la-di-da, I'd be like, sure, why not? Honestly, nothing phases me anymore. What is it? Okay, so the circle has now moved like in front of the sun. You can see it a little bit, but it has now moved to in front of the sun. I don't know what that is. I don't know if anybody could really debunk this for me, and I'm pretty intelligent, but this is kind of weird to me. Yeah.
Is Nibiru real?
Stanford police say this is the man behind it, 21-year-old David Smith. Police first arrested Smith in January after patrol officers responded to a domestic violence incident at an apartment on Prospect Street. The department's financial crimes unit then took an interest in him due to what officers noticed in the apartment.
Stacks of cash, over 100 payment cards in names other than the two people involved, a handgun, 2 fake IDs, and an illegal extended magazine on that handgun.
Investigator Mike Stempian says there were also 5 safes filled with cash. In total, police recovered $733,000 from the apartment.
So it's a massive amount of money in a single apartment in Stanford for this guy running the scheme. It was obviously very lucrative to him.
The scheme allegedly targeted DoorDash drivers in California. Police say Smith would use one of his many phones to place a fake delivery order to a restaurant in the Golden State. Then when the driver was on the way, police say Smith would call them from a different phone and say he was DoorDash support and there was a problem with the order.
Then he would get them to click a link or go to a website, and then that essentially would turn over their credentials, their username and password to him. Once he was in control of that, he would change the billing information and steal any funds that they had for deliveries they had done, basically steal their paycheck.
Smith is accused of doing this to more than 700 drivers over the course of 2.5 years. Police say he also...
They have no mercy.
City like London, which had a population of roughly 50,000 in the 16th century, there were cities of that size all over the Amazon. Wow. Huge numbers of them. And a possible total population of the Amazon that exceeded 20 million people.
What?
Yes, 20 million. This is the latest evidence from the Amazon. And then you ask yourself, how did they do that? How did they feed 20 million people in the Amazon? Because it's a fact, rainforest soils are poor. How did they feed all these people? The answer was, they invented a soil, and that soil has a name. It's called terra preta. Archaeologists refer to it as Amazonian dark earths or Amazonian black earth. It's a man-made soil. It's thousands of years old. It's full of microbes that are not found in adjoining soil. It's based around biochar. And you can take a handful of 8,000-year-old terra preta, and you can add it to barren soil, and that soil will instantly become fertile.
And today you're telling me we can't replicate that soil.
Recent discoveries have shown that settlements of tens of thousands of people could have lived in the rainforest with a total estimated population of 20 million people. For comparison, the city of London had a population of only 50,000 people in the 16th century at the time of the Spanish arrival in South America. But why are all of these civilizations now abandoned? Although still somewhat a mystery, the answer is likely smallpox for the death of a lot of these civilizations. When the Spanish first arrived in South America hundreds of years ago, the people already living in the continent did not have an immunity to smallpox, and it absolutely devastated their societies. Millions upon millions of people died as a result of being infected with the disease, which spread like wildfire to other societies. As a result, many settlements in the Amazon largely died out, and within 50 years, the forest would have reclaimed the land, leaving little trace of the flourishing cities that were there before. More recently, light-based remote sensing, or LiDAR technology, has been used, which finds land formations by digitally deforesting the trees, not actually removing the trees, to be able to see what's under. This has led to even more discoveries, and there have been thousands of formations observed. Let's take a look at a few of the large recent discoveries of human activity in the Amazon. One discovery is the settlement of what archaeologists call Katoka, built by the Kasarabe culture, an indigenous group that had a thriving civilization from about the year 500 to the year 1400 AD. This is a very recently published discovery from earlier this year, found with LiDAR technology, which has mapped these shapes of the lost city, which is located in Bolivia's Amazon region of Llanos de Mojos. The settlement shows an elevated pyramid-like structure with surrounding roads and causeways, all connecting to other surrounding settlements. An unusual feature of the city shows that the Kasarabe built the city with huge canals and reservoirs to manage water flow. This could have been to better farm crops and fish, and to manage seasonal flooding within the region. It is still a mystery how the Kasarabe people disappeared, as the Spanish arrived over 100 years after the Kasarabe people died out, ruling out smallpox as a cause. However, researchers think that water scarcity in the region may have been a potential cause of this, due to delays in seasonal floods that the peoples needed to survive on. Another interesting discovery of the ancient Amazon civilizations is these mysterious circles and squares found by the hundreds within the rainforest. Both LiDAR mapping and deforestation have uncovered these formations, and it is still a mystery what they are used for. 450 of these earthworks were discovered within an area of about 5,000 square miles, or 13,000 square kilometers, and they measure up to 11 meters wide and 4 feet deep. Again, we still do not know what these were used for, but many suppose that they were used for ceremonial purposes within various groups' cultures.
Police warning you to pay close attention next time you're in the checkout line. Have a look at this video from a Walmart in central New York. Right there, you can see 3 suspects. What they're doing right here is they're attaching a credit card skimming device to the device where you place your credit or debit card in. The whole thing takes less than 30 seconds. The cashier was standing right there the whole time. She didn't notice. Cases of this crime have happened at 16 different Walmarts across New York and Maine. So skimming is when thieves attach a device to a payment terminal. Often you won't notice it. That device then collects your data and your PIN number. The FBI says skimming costs consumers more than $1 billion each year. So how can you stay safe?
Technology makes things sometimes safer and better. They also make it easier for criminals, and they're always working on the next front. We stop them one way, and they find another way to do it.
Well, experts say the best tip to stay safe is make sure you cover your PIN as you enter it. The suspect caught on that surveillance video is still on the run. Walmart released a statement saying, quote, providing customers with a safe shopping experience is a top priority, adding that it's reviewing protocols and adding enhanced security measures to better protect in-store transactions.
And they will never stop. They will always find a way to get to your money.
If you say you could make this turn for 20 grand, you toxic. You got to be arrogant to be able to, some sort of delusion to be able to, like, you know what? It ain't but a half a piece of concrete before I go in this lake, this pool water. What I think I could do it. I just let this one right tire hang off, the passenger back tire hang off, and then I can just inch my way and turn. You got to be super arrogant to be able to think you can do this. But I ain't gonna lie, there's some folks that I can probably do it. He do it pretty well now. He ain't went over yet. Let's see. And this is the moment. Here's a brother gonna tell you, I know my car. And they got it too.
I can make it from my life, but not for 20 bands. And that's a wrap for tonight, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me. Smash that subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.